Nice day for a kitchen removal.
Where can a homeowner get free demolition and removal and a tax credit for donating their existing kitchen? Where can a buyer go to purchase these donated kitchens for pennies on the dollar and brand new appliances for half price or less? And where all profits go to support a necessary and vital community outreach program for drug addiction and alcohol abuse.
Recovery Kitchen, transforming lives one kitchen at a time. Find out the compelling stories on Recovery Kitchen on how donors, buyers, and the charity exist to help each other.
It was all started in 2001 by Steve Feldman.
2001, the economy crashed like it's doing now. And one of my donors lived next to the last empress of Iran, Farah Pahlavi. She had a 10,000 square foot Rockefeller mansion. I came out of a meeting at my donor's house and there was a sign in the driveway. It said demolition in progress. And I thought, what's going on here? And I drove up the driveway and the house was gone. It was just a pile of rubble. And I stood there and I had this amazing idea. I thought, why not start a demolition donation program to raise money for my outreach projects?
And from there, Green Demolitions was born and has now grown to 3 locations in 3 states in the Northeast with over 35 full-time employees with annual sales of $4,100,000, helping thousands of people through their outreach programs.
What is Recovery Kitchen all about? Every week, we'll follow the story of how people find Green Demolitions, how they recycle their kitchens, and how their kitchens become a recovered kitchen. You're taking the wealthy homeowners, they're throwing out these kitchens, some of them worth over $100,000. And it's about watching the process of the buyers coming to our stores, figuring out how to do this, the arguments between the husbands and the wives, and what the kitchen looks like when it's done. And at the end of the show, you're going to see those wealthy homeowners with our buyers and the green team all coming together for a sit-down dinner in Recovery Kitchen. Each week on Recovery Kitchen, you're going to meet a different member of the green team. You're going to find out how interesting their lives are and how they ended up here.
Like John Green, that's really his name. And when I was interviewing John Green, I had a very interesting conversation with John about potential problems at Green Demolition. John, what was your biggest concern working here?
Hi, Steve. Well, my biggest concern was the security around the cash register.
John, why were you concerned about the cash in the cash register?
Because I used to rob cash registers out of stores.
You know, I knew that and I hired you anyway.
You did.
And I said, there's a guy who understands security at Green Demolition.
I was addicted to cocaine like I had never been addicted before. It was like I had never even had a habit before. This was the daddy of all addictions. In order to support that habit, I had a bright idea. I decided, I can do this through doing armed robberies.
Now I'd like to introduce you to Gene. He's a typical buyer with a very interesting story. Gene's got a kid in college. Gene's got kitchen cabinets that are falling apart. It was word of mouth. That's how most people hear about Green Demolitions. That led him to find a kitchen for about $3,500 that transformed his home.
It was delivered 2 weeks later, and his kitchen recovery begins. Gene had to do some TLC to the cabinets, fixing dings and repainting where needed. He replaced the knobs and pulls, which transformed the kitchen from a country feel to a contemporary look. Now, with the kitchen completely demoed, Gene's contractor, Joe Sanamo, and crew get started. The floors get laid, cabinets get hung, the appliances go in, the granite gets installed, and 3 weeks later, what a transformation!
And it would have ended up in the dumpster.
This would have never happened without Green Demolitions.
I really love when our customers have the determination to keep the cycle of sharing going.
Gene donates old dishwasher, appliances, then all remaining cabinets, granite, knobs and pulls to Habitat for Humanity. Gene and Joe had a special moment after the completion of kitchen.
How many times do you see contractors and clients hugging after a job?
Yeah.
You know?
Joe was then asked the question from his experience, how much should this kitchen cost new?
You're definitely looking at a $50,000 kitchen.
And Gene said the number he paid was,
this entire kitchen from start to finish is going to fall somewhere between $24,000 and $28,000.
close to a 50% savings for Gene.
How's that for a good deal? Now here's my favorite part about Recovery Kitchen, where the donor who recycled their kitchen gets together and has dinner in the kitchen of the buyer. And they get to see how the vision of the buyer worked to make their cabinets that would have ended up in the landfill into a new recycled kitchen. At the end of the day, what Green Demolitions is really all about is creating proceeds to fund the outreach programs of All Addicts Anonymous. All Addicts Anonymous is helping groups start all over the country and all over the world. And this is helping addicts addicted to drugs, alcohol, whatever, find a way to get recovered. Why does this mean something to me? Because I'm a recovered addict, 21 years. Recovery Kitchen. Keep it green and keep it growing.